What's happening, guys? Today I wanted to talk about if you should eat a low sodium diet. And this is something that I see all the time. People are really going out of their way to try to avoid salt like the plague. And I gotta tell you, for the most part, for most people, it's not only unnecessary, but it could be doing you more harm than good, honestly. Like, salt is not a bad thing. In fact, you literally need salt. It is essential. You will die if you never have any sodium in your life. If you don't have salt, you will die. But besides that, it's an electrolyte, all right? It helps with performance. It aids and fuels you. And you have to understand that if you overeat in sodium one day, you're just going to basically pee it out the next day, all right? Your body makes adjustments to the sodium that you eat. And if you are eating really low sodium, you are not going to be able to perform as well in the gym. Your training is going to suffer. And if your training suffers and you can't perform as well, then your results aren't going to be as good either, right? So why avoid something that can only be beneficial to you? Now, I'm not saying that you should run out and just try to eat as much sodium as possible, but I know some people who perform at a very high level that eat 10 grams of sodium a day, and it's just consistent. Like, your body adjusts and adapts to whatever you do, and if you eat that much sodium every single day, your body will adapt to that, right? And it will help process it the way it needs to. Now, there are some scenarios where, yes, sodium should probably be limited. Some people are salt sensitive. Right? If that's that case, then you probably need to be careful with how much sodium that you're intaking. That means that your kidneys are not excreting sodium properly like it's supposed to. This is I think about 5 to 10% of people have this condition, and you're probably going to know if that's you. If you have some kind of condition where you need to make sure that your sodium isn't too high, if you're hypersensitive and you have super high blood pressure or whatever, yeah, you need to be careful and not just go crazy with sodium. But at the same time, for the most part, most people could probably use more sodium in your life. And especially for bodybuilders and stuff, if you're taking sodium out, you're going to look flat. If you're not getting enough sodium in, you're not going to be as full. Again, you're not going to perform as well. You're not going to look as good. You need to get that sodium in. It is not something that's going to be a detriment to you, and it's not going to cause fat gain. You will not gain fat by eating more sodium as long as calories and protein are equated. Just like everything I always talk about, calories and protein, those are the big things. If you're getting those down, when it comes to fat loss, that's what's most important. And sodium on its own is not going to give you more calories and cause fat gain. Now, will you see an increase in scale if you eat more sodium? Yes. You're going to be holding more fluids in your body temporarily when you eat more sodium one day. But because the scale went up does not mean fat went up. We always look at the scale as the be all end all, but the scale fluctuates for so many reasons that are for so many reasons that have nothing to do with fat, right? The scale is going to jump around possibly several pounds every single day because of things like, again, sodium, hormones, stress, sleep, how much food is still digesting in your system, training inflammation, water intake, all this stuff is going to factor into this, but it has nothing to do with fat. Scale fluctuations on a daily basis have almost nothing to do with fat gained or lost. You have to keep that in mind. So just because if you eat more sodium, you see the scale jump up, that doesn't mean you're getting fatter, right? You're just holding a little bit more water. So I don't know. I just wanted to kind of throw that out there and talk about it. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I will talk to you later.
I'm addicted to the love that you're giving. Every minute, every day I've been craving.